druda plus tha, what happens here is, same procedure comes here. Sorry, this was druh. When we have this, and that becomes druda by dralope purvasya dirgha, no, for hodaha, then it becomes druda plus dha. Now it doesn't, it drops. Okay, de lopaha.
Yeah.
It drops and it becomes what did I type? It actually becomes through dha. Now it doesn't become a dirgha because there is a rule in Panini which especially for druda, I said druda stula balayoho. And for that, when druda is used as a stula bala, that the word druda is given there.
Okay.
And that is the reason it doesn't, but at the same time the rule, dralope purvasya dirgho an, that an only becomes dirgha.
Oh.
Remember? And an does not include ru and lu.
Right.
The I, U, na, that only becomes I, E, U.
Right.
And so according to those two rules, it doesn't, you only get druda, not druda. And the same thing happens here. You got lich plus t, and then it becomes lich, lid. Then it becomes le plus le plus 3. Now that ha becomes and this becomes dha. I can type properly. Then it becomes t. Then the t becomes dha. T, D, and then one of them drops. And the lay is already dirgha. This can't become any more dirgha. Everybody follows that?
Yeah.
Pushpaji?
Yes, yes.
Padmaji, you are okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how the lady came. And there is no dirgha involved here because number one, this is not an. Number two, there is no dirgha for lay.
Right.
Raja, isn't there one step there like Jashastador Daha or something?
No, because the reason is it's lich plus.
Yeah, but before you get the takara, isn't there that some
No, Jashastador Daha.
Yeah.
That
That's how
only
you get the takara, right?
that only applies where for this, sorry, this I have to do that, yeah. No, let me look at this. Ta becomes da. Oh no, in order for ta becomes da, you have Jashastador da. You are right, you are just Anuji.
Yeah.
This part you have to, I have to, this ta has to become dha. No, let me see whether it becomes jashaha tador daha. Okay, when jash follows ta or dha, it becomes, this ta becomes dha first. Then you got the stunastuhu. Thank you, Anuji.
Okay. Dha and then become dha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now going back here, where are we here? On here. So this was an interesting upama there. Na upabhoktum, na cha tyaktum. Again, tyaj is the na tyaktum, shaknoti, vishayan. This is a good sandhi here for students there. Vishayan plus jari. And that nakara becomes the followed by jakara because anuswara say parasavarnaha. Asti nirdashanaha svaiva jufaya lady kevalam. Okay.
So lady is first person lat.
Yeah, the licks.
Oh,
The dog licks. Dogs only licks the asti, the bone. It's a simple standard first person singular.
nirdashanaha,
Yeah. And
okay.
That's a simple one. Now I will read this again. Anuja, you didn't hear me in the beginning. This I took from Hitopadesha, and there are a lot of verses here which I didn't like. I removed most of the things I didn't like. Even these verses I don't like. But I put them there after. See this one line here? There are almost 20 verses in between. Something offensive, so I took them out. Then he says, there are some words here which I like this, using the sandhis for them. Ekada, sa leelavati, ratnavali, kirana, kubera, kirana kubere, somebody who is a rich person. Haryanke.
What is Kiran?
What did you say?
What is the meaning of Kiran?
The whole,
Kubere.
yeah. The whole thing is that this is a sofa.
Okay, oh yeah, it's like a couch.
Which is what you call adorned with ratnas.
Okay.
And look at this. She's sitting in that ratna a seat or a sofa which embellished with ratnas, like Kubera has. And another reason I picked up it is Vanik Putrena. There is a sandhi here, consonant sandhi, and Putrena again nakara becomes and Murdhanya nakara. These are the reasons I moved there. And then Sukhasina. That's a Sukha Asina. Tam Alikshitopistaha. That is when they were sitting there, Patim Avalokya, seeing her husband coming, Sahasa Utthaya, getting up, Kesheshu Akrushya, holding the Keshas, Gadhalinganam, Chimbitavati. And Gadhalingya. The reason I use this one is to explain them gerunds, some use of gerunds. Although I give them a lot of Gita examples in the book, but I just want to show them different usage in literature. I try to give some verses from Kalidasa, and I found out few verses from Vivek Chudamani which are simpler and lot of grammar. Okay. Now the
Namaskar, Raja.
Namaskar. Oh, you
Namaskar,
came in, so
Satish.
you can take over now.
You have, by the way, there's a typo here. It should be Sabhave Naiva down here. Sabhave Naiva.
Which line?
That Ushana Veda Yachastram.
Yeah, I didn't come that day. In fact, when I did the Padacheda,
Just correct the typo there. Sabhave Naiva.
Swabha.
yeah,
Swabha.
Sabhave Naiva.
this is Dirga there.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I corrected in the in the Padacheda, but I didn't have time to do that.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
I'll correct that.
no problem.
Mitavati.
So, but the one thing you can do, Raja, when you share your screen, Raja, you can share your clean screen. That way, we don't see the bottom thing. If you want to hide the bottom parts of your screen, you can hide them. Yeah?
Oh, this bottom thing here?
You can try. You can say go to screen sharing and say share the clean screen. Clean.
But you should not be seeing, you should be only seeing the Word document.
No, I see your iLeap. I see your C data drive. I see your something down there.
You should not be seeing that because there's something wrong here because I only want to show them my application.
Anyway, I'm seeing it, Raja. Pratyaksham drishyate maya. I'm seeing it.
Okay.
So try this. Go to your screen and try say share clean screen. Try that. Ah, it's gone. Good. It's gone now.
Okay. I didn't say this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to show.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that you understand that you are seeing the whole thing in your. I mean, it's okay if you want to share it, but
No. I don't want to see everything. I just want to see the Word document.
now only Word document is coming now.
Yeah. So you see now I corrected the Swabhavena.
Swabhavena is corrected. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, Raja. So now what I have to make myself a presenter now, right?
Satish,
Yeah.
the reason I picked them is there are a lot of Sandhis here for the other class.
Good. That's good.
And
That's good.
Sat Shastram and Yat Shastram, that the reason I picked, although I didn't like the lot of stuff in the Visopadesha.
Hitopadesha, yeah, okay.
Not the grammar part, the text itself is out of date for the current people will throw stones on me.
That is. Toya bhavata na likitam bhavata. It's not bhavata dosha nasti.
No, but you can't say, there's one thing worse there, Nastri Swatantra Marhate.
That is your friend Manu's statement. Nastri Swatantra Marhati.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, okay, so should I take over now?
Yes.
Okay. So Wayne, are you there? I think Wayne is there.
Yes.
Now both of you as an organizer, I think, but you are on the mic and Raja is on the phone.
Yes.
Right, okay. Now somebody's recording? Is somebody recording?
Yeah, I'm recording, yes.
Okay. Anuji is there. So Padmaji is there. Okay, we have only 6 people today. All
Yes.
right. So Raja's phone is in the gray. I don't know why is that, Wayne? Why is Raja's phone in the gray?
Raja, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
But his phone is in the. I cannot. You
Yeah,
cannot.
your phone is gray,
in the-
like,
for some reason. I don't know why it is, but anyway.
Hi, Satish, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Namaste, Pushpaja. We can hear you.
Good evening.
Anu is there, right?
Yes, she's here.
I have a question.
Yes.
After we finish up this the Shama Sarga, are we going to continue with the next one?
I was thinking of finishing the Rama Katha because we don't want to finish halfway, right? So I'm thinking of finishing the Rama Katha.
Okay.
Because Malinatha is really good and we want to try to, learn from him. So that's why my thinking is that. Let's see what happens if we go further.
And I have another question, Satish, now that, do you want to make it on Monday or can we make it some other day?
Deepu.
Now that we are not traveling to our ashram?
I mean, for me, Tuesday also is okay. I think Thursday is okay for me.
If it is okay for, the reason I'm saying is that, see if people can do that.
Okay, because,
For me, Tuesday is no good.
okay.
Okay, then that's out, Tuesday is out.
How about Thursday?
Thursday will be fine.
How's Thursday for everybody? Is Thursday okay for everybody? Thursday is okay for everybody? Because when you can send an email and see if Thursday is okay for everybody, we can go to Thursday. I don't mind.
I'll send email to everybody, see what everyone says.
Okay, all right.
All
So
right.
we'll take a poll on that.
Okay,
Right,
Dhanyavad.
so let me mute everybody and then we'll start off. Okay. so we get a better sound quality. Always you can raise your hand if you have any questions. Or the only one thing I want to comment in the last thing, which Raja was talking about, the word asina. The word asina is, normally these present participles in the Atmanipada are very well behaved. They don't have many exceptions, almost no exceptions. Like, yajamana, vartamana, of course they have the muk agama, but beyond that there's no exception. But this one, asinam, is, comes in Gita, of course, udasinam, vadasinam, asaktam.
Yeah, udasina, adasina, what, yeah.
So that comes in 2-3 places in Gita. So this is only the only one form which is the exception in the Shanash Pratyaya, which is this asina form. And that one is, give sutram, I think it's Idasaha sutram. Here it is. This is 7-83 says Idasaha is for the following the dhatu as means to sit. The akara of shanash becomes ikara, becomes asina. So you can see this is only one sutra which is there, because see, ane muk is the muk agama which you get, when the anga is in the akara, like vartamana, yajamana, like that, labhamana. And then the only one sutra is idasaha. This is the good thing about doing the Panini Sutras, there's no other exception here, only these two sutras only. So 7-82, 7-83, okay? So 83 is the one that you had in Hitopadesha, the word asina. So idasaha is sutram. Okay, so let us start with the, let me start sharing my, okay, let me look at the, okay. So we got the Raghuvamsha document here, and let's do the Mangalacharanam. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Vijata Nishachara Chamu, Ramaya Tasmai Namaha, Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham, Rame Chittale Sada Bhotame Bho Ramama Muddhara, Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane, Shri Ramanama Varanana Om Nama Itiya. We just finishing up this shloka number 80 last time. See in the bottom of the page here. Now the one thing, as I mentioned, is a very bad typo in this book. Should be Paraspara Viruddhaste. Let me read it one more time. Paraspara Viruddhaste Tadraghor Anagham Kulam Palam Udyotayamasur Devaranyam Ivartavaha. I'm sorry. Devaranyam Ivartavaha. One more time. Paraspara Viruddhaste Tadraghoranagham Kulam Alam Udyotayamasur Devaranyam Ivartavaha. Read the Padacheda last time. Paraspara Viruddhaha. That is a samasa. Then te Tadraghoho. Tad is Pusak Padam. See, here you don't know whether it's a compound or not, because Tat will be the neuter nominative or accusative singular outside the samasa. It may also be inside the samasa. So, like the famous Tattvamasi, right? Tattvamasi, some people make a samasa over there. Tasyattvamasi, they make it. So, but the bottom line is that you should keep all options open until you know which one is the correct one. So if you have something which is declined and undeclined the same form, you never know, you may not know whether it's going to be samasa or not. So tat is a prajapadikam tad, and also it declines the same in the neuter nominative or accusative singular because of samor napumsakat, look syat. So the and the su are done look, means they are lost after the neuter pratipadikams. So we have jagat becomes jagat only. Of course, for the word vana you have exception. It becomes atovam. So this is all coming in 7.1. So I'm going to refer to Ashtadhyayi more and more often because I wanted to get the feel for the Ashtadhyayi. Hopefully by now you got some feel for it. Because the 7.1 is the beginning of 7.1 is a section where you get all the pratyaya adesha. When for pratyaya is substituted completely out by something else, like like the Atobisais, Jashashi, all those sutras, they come over here. Samasanyang Purvek Tvolyap, Ata Au Nalaha. We've seen many of them, we have seen. So they will be coming, all be coming here. Okay. Now, when we got one more presenter, who is that?
That's Kalpeshmi.
Oh, Namaste Kalpeshji.
Namaste. Namaste.
Swagatam, okay. We are doing this shloka number, number, I'm sorry. We are doing number 80, Kalpeshji.
Thank you.
Kalpesh
has come in as organizer also.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how to log in as not an organizer.
Okay, there must be some, is there any way to distinguish the organizers? Can you come in as, because I don't, now I know who, generally know, but is there a way to distinguish the organizers or there's no way, right?
I think if you came in on your own email, like you, Satish, came in on your email,
yes.
So you show up as Satish. Now, myself, I came because I was the first. I came in as the organizer. Okay. When Raja came in, I made him organizer. Maybe I should have made him presenter.
Yeah, maybe make him presenter, organizer, but make him presenter.
But still the email would show as AVG presenter at Gmail, and then it'll show as AVG organizer.
Do one thing. I will log off and come back.
No, I know, Raja, you're on the phone.
Okay.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Raja, I know who you, because you're on the phone, Raja. I know who you are.
Yeah, Raja is on the phone.
But you and Kalpesh and Vena
Me
both
and
on
Kalpesh, you cannot tell the difference.
It's okay, but next time we'll figure it. I think you have to send the email as a panelist to Kalpeshji also, as a panelist, okay? So that way he will come in on his own email.
Yeah. Kalpesh.
Actually, I have tried everything possible, okay? But I think because the laptop remembers my title, so what happens is that it ends up making me an organizer whenever I log in. Although I log in as
I see.
Okay.
It ends up doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Anyway, you can unmute yourself anyway, so it's okay.
Sure.
So there was one typo in this shloka. It should be paraspara viruddhaste. So we're talking about this, and the typo, the same typo is in the tika also. Paraspara viruddhaha. We're talking about tad raghor anagham kulam. So tad raghor could have been a samasa, could have been a karmadharya samasa. Could have been Tatpurusha also, but maybe of that famous Raghu. Could have been the family of that famous Raghu. Instead, it is becoming the famous family of Raghu. So both are possible. If you see what Malinatha has done, he says Tat is prasiddham, and he's taken it out of the samasa. Tat prasiddham anagham equals nishpapam raghoho kulam. So he did not make a samas out of it. Again, I told you a few times is that even if you cannot understand the shloka, just go to the tika and see if you can understand something from the tika. Even that is good enough. You can get some parts of it. For example, in this shloka, many things are very easy. It says tad equals prasiddham. This you mentioned last time is normally when you have a tat padam, you have to get a yat padam. Yat padam apekshate. That is expected. But yadi nasti, if it is not there, right? Tari adhyahartavyam. You have to supply it. But tadapi na shakyate. If that is not possible, even that is not possible, then tat padasya prasiddha iti artha bhavati. So it becomes famous. And the example I think which I have given many times is that saha bhagavan mam patu. May that Lord protect me. There is no yat padam in this sentence at all. So tat means prasiddha, who all know, the Lord who we all know, may he protect me. So that's what Malinatha is telling you. Tat equals prasiddham. You can wonder where prasiddham comes from. It's like, so that family of Raghu, that well known, that's what it is. The sutra I was talking about, and again I want to refer to Ashtadhyayi as many times as possible, because now you've learned all the grammar. Just have to practice. It's talking about section 7.1. Start with yor anakao. Yor anakao starts all the pratyaya adeshas, and they're all clubbed together here. When the entire pratyaya gets substituted out by some new form, like as I mentioned, ato visais and all these sutram, ata o nalaha, Samasanyang Purvotyo Lap. This is a very important section. Very important section. You have Nyer Yaha, Sarvanamna Smai, Nyasinyasho, Smats, all these sutras we have seen, so that's a very important section. Shadbhyo Luk. So the one I want to point out now is Samo Napumsakat, which also we all know, just practice for us, is Samoho. So the Su and the they take the look, means, Pratyasya Luk Shlulupaha. Pratyasya Luk Shlulupaha means the entire Pratyaya is gone. You don't do Alontyasya because Pratyasya Luk Shlulupaha. That comes in the first Adhyaya. It is a Paribhasha Sutram. We say that when you are doing the Luk, Shlu and Lup, the entire Pratyaya is gone. You do not go Alontyasya or anything like that. So I'll come to that also. So Atoam is coming here. The next sutram is like Vana becomes Vanam. That's the next sutram. This is the section you want to come to, 7.123. The one more thing, Ashtadhyaya, is that there's a look section at the end of 2.4. At the end of 2. Let's go there for a second. At the end of 2.4 is the entire section of a lot of, like we're going to see in the shloka, we're going to see that section in the shloka itself. Udyotayama suhu. When we look at that, we look at the sutram Amaha. So Ama Parasya Le Luksyat. So that section comes into. Now why did Panini not put this sutram there and put it here? For a couple of reasons. Firstly, as I mentioned to you, that he has to keep in mind, the grouping of the sections. So this section 7.1 is the entire Pratyaya Adesha section. So he wants to put it there. Secondly, the next sutram Atoam. The Atoam, he wants to use the anuvritti of the Samo Napumsakat anuvritti. The entire anuvritti comes under Atoam. So if you put that in the look section, then he could not have used that following sutram Atoam, because that only, there's only look vidhi is done over there, look vidhanam. So anya vishaya nasti tatra. There's no other topic in 2.4. Let me go there for a section. In 2.4, this one starts, it's the ending part of 2.4, okay? That's when you have the this look section, and there it is all this section over here. It starts Bahulam Chanda. See Amaha. The one we're going to see the word Amaha here. So the look section starts from somewhere here.
2458.
Thank you. 58. Yeah. See look. See look. This look starts from 2458 to end of 24. It's a pretty big section. About 28 sutras here. So if when you find any look vidhanam, you can come and check over here. The sutra might be here. So even this one we have used gatistha ghu pa bhu bhya sichaha. So in the lung lakara. So we have used that. And here jihotyadi. How about this one? Jihotyadi bhya shluho. So the look shlu look. Not only look, but the shlu also is coming. So see normally all the Gana Vikaranams come in 3.1. The Shap and the Apavadas come in 3.1. Kartari Shap starts from here. 3168. I know I'm digressing a little bit, but these sections are important to keep in mind. So 3168 starts Kartari Shap. But for the third Gana, the Shap takes look. That will not be in 3.1. That will be here in 2.4 because this is the section where Panini puts all the look sutras. In fact, even the other one, which is the Adiprabhuttibhya Shapaha. So the second Gana, the Adiprabhuttibhya Shapaha Shap look is over here, 2472. So is the Jihotyadibhya Shluhu, 2475. So these two are coming in this section of elision section, 2475. So keep this in mind. We also going to use Amaha. We also going to use the Avyaya Rapsupa, which we use all the time. Avyaya Rapsupaha, we use the sutram all the time. So this is the, but Pani did not put the sutram Samo Napumsakat over here because he wants to continue with the Pratyaya Adesha of the Atoam over there. So there, of course, this will not include all the look sutras because where Anuvritti is available elsewhere, Pani will use them in other sections. Okay. So that's one thing. The other thing I was talking about pratyasya luk shlu lupaha. Pratyasya so. So I'm trying to refer to Ashtadhyayi as much as possible, because if you can get a hang of it, nothing like it, then you can always be comfortable and try to find your answers quicker, I'm sorry? Somebody saying something? No. Okay. So pratyasya luk shlu lupaha. Usha ji has joined us. Welcome, okay. So pratyasya luk shlu lupaha. So this is the one, 1161, So because the alavantasya and all that doesn't come into play. We have to use, when we're talking about luk, shlu or lup, the entire pratyaya is going to go. Okay. Okay. Now let's go back to the verse. So we're talking about looking at the tad raghoho could have been a samastam padam, but it's going to be a pruthak padam in this case. So tat, then raghoho, anagham, kulam, alam. Alam is a vya, is also. Now, I mentioned to you that when you have something which is declined and undeclined the same, it could be in the compound, it may be outside the compound. Now, could this be a samasa? Alam udjotayama suhu. It cannot be a samasa, because of the fact that, tingantam na samasyate. If you have tinganta, will not make a samasa, because of the fact that the anuvritti of sup and supa runs throughout the samasa section. So as I mentioned to you, in 2.1, 2.2 are all the samasa sutras. And in that, Panini runs the anuvritti of of the sup and supa. So the tingantam, if you have, you cannot say aham agachami, I am not going. You cannot say that. So this sup is coming here. See, sahasupa, this 214 is supa, and then here you have sup in 212 itself. So 212 the sup starts, then prakadara samasaha, and then supa starts from here. So that's why even though alam is an amvyayam, you cannot have, barring some very rare example, which we don't have to worry about right now, you will not have a samasa with the tingantas. So alam udjotayama suho devaranyam iva ritavaha. Of course, ivartavaha is the usual guna sandhi ad gunaha, ivartavaha. So let's see what Mulinatha has to say. He says paraspara, again a typo there, paraspara viruddhaha equals avidvishtaha, means not hating each other, not in conflict. Dhatu dvish. So dvishta is one who hates. So vidvishta is one who hates each other, so hater. So they are mutually, they are unopposed. They're not in conflict. This is probably going to be what kind of samasa is this now? Paraspara, of course, aviruddhaha, the dhatu is ruddha. Ruddha is the nishtha, the ta pratyaya, I should say. You should remember that taktavatu are both nishtha, taktavatu nishtha. So when we are talking about this one, we should hear pratyaya kta is coming here. I think you know all the rules already. So rud plus ta. We'll go to it one more time, just to rud plus ta. Let me just put this here. Rud plus ta, when you do, so first you check for the idagama and check for the upadha guna, because it's a kit pratyaya, kiniticha guna nishedha, and then you have to go in the dhanteshu. So dhanteshu you'll find the rud in the dhanteshu. If you got, you should refer to this karika all the time. What are it? What are it? And the best way to do it is to refer to this karika. And it says dhanteshu krudha, kshudha, buddhya, bandha, yudha, rudha. So rudha is in that, so we don't have to worry. So it's an anit dhatu. Then you will get the jashasthator zhodha. This ta will become dha. And then jalam just jashi. So that's the steps. We have used this step many times, but just want to refresh your memory. And then you'll get jalam just jashi. So you'll get the ruddha. So these you should try to remember very clearly now, and also hopefully try to teach somebody so you can remember them. So this is Tato Dhodha, 8-240. Salam Yashtashi is in the 8-453 section. Just to look at it one more time. 8 to see every sutra that you get, it builds your confidence in applying the Ashtadhyayi rules. So more sutra you can apply, the better it is. Even though you may know the answer, I think we all know the answer, but it's good to apply sutra. It's because you already know the answer, so that's good. So you can use that. So 8-240 Jashas Tator Dhodha. So following a Jash letter, the Takara Takara Yoho becomes the Dakara Adesha. And the other one which we used was the Jalam Jashashi, the 8-4. You have to practice it like 1,000 times, 100 times to get them down pat, And the best way is to teach, but otherwise at least practice on your own. Jalam Jashashi. So the Jash is the number 3 or 4 column. If that follows, the Jal becomes into a number 3 column. Jalam Jashashi. So we got then Viruddha. Viruddha is a Gati Samasa. Because of Kugati Pradayaha, this V, the Pradis get the Gati Sanya when they are in the, so Rudd is to obstruct or to block. Viruddha is to oppose. It's Viruddha. And then we have Aviruddha is the Jnani Samasa which you call. That one is coming in this 2.1, 2.2 I'm sorry, because all the Tatpurusha Samasas, remember I told you that they go from 2-1, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, 2-1, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. Remember that? And within that, all the Karmadharyas come at the end of 2-1, remaining start from 2-2. So this has to be in 2-2-1 to 2-2-2-2. I think it's 2-2-6 or something is that one. So the sutra just says Nyai. And also to refresh your memory is that in the Samasa Sutram, that which is Prathama Nidishtam becomes the Upasarjanam. So Prathama Nidishtam Samase Upasarjanam. That will go first in the Samasa because Upasarjanam Purvam. So this Nyai will come first in the Samasa. So you get Aviruddha, not Viruddha, it will become Aviruddha. And you get Na Lopo Nanyaha. This Na takes a Lopa, it becomes Akara. Unless the following is Ajadi, then it becomes An. So that will come in. See, this is what I mean. See, this sutra only says that this particular avyaya. This is an avyaya. This Nyai is a special avyaya. This can compound with some samartha and a supa. Another sup which is connected with that. It can compound with that to form a special kind of Tatpurush Samasa. And once those blocks are in place, then you have to go to 6.3 to do the No Lopo Nanyaha. Because 6.3 is the entire section where you have what happens to the left-hand side of a samasa. Uttarapada for all the sutras in 6.3. So when we did the Nyai plus the Viruddha, the Nyai has become the left-hand side, Uttarapade. So then we can go to 6.3 and get the answer No Lopo Nanyaha. No Lopo Nanyaha. No Lopo Nanyaha. That means that this Nakara of Nyai always drops immediately. Always drops. So that will come in 6.3. Somewhere you'll find it. No Lopo Nanyaha. Here where it is. No Lopo Nanyaha. No Lopo Nanyaha. No Lopo.
6373.
Thank you, sir. 6373. No Lopo Nanyaha. There it is. So that's the one we want to use. No Lopo Nanyaha. They're very simple sutrams. Very easy. All this is saying is that this Nakara of the Nyai. Of course, the Halantyam, you get the Nya is an It. And the Adi Nakara takes Lopa by No Lopo Nanyaha. So we got Aviruddha. So far what do we have? We form Ruddha, then we form the Gati Samasa, Viruddha, we form the Jnani Tatpurusha. The Jnani Tatpurusha is the Aviruddha. But now comes the hard part, is the Parasparam Aviruddha. What kind of Samasa could that be? It's not a Dvandva clearly. It's not a Avyay Bhava. It's not a Bahuvri. Why not Bahuvri? Because the Nishtha always goes first in Bahuvrihi. There is a sutram called Nishtha. The Nishtha Padam always goes first in Bahuvrihi. So Bahuvri will be very bad guess for this Samasa. It will be very bad guess Bahuvrihi. So that when Panini does the Purvottara Vyavastha in Samasas, what is Purva Padam, what is Uttara Padam. There he has sutram called Nishtha. So in that comes end of 2.2, which makes the, see this sutra Nishtha, Bahuvrihau. This Nishtha is, Purvam. Upasajanam Purvam. So that's this Nishtha becomes Purvam. So that is, it's not a Bahuvrihi. Will it be a Tatpurusha also? What kind of Tatpurusha could it be? It's not. Parasparam is adverbially. Adverbially. They were mutually unopposed. Now, unfortunately, Pani does not have this adverb samasa as a category. He does not have as a category. They are neither Tatpurushas, nor Bahuvrihi, nor Dvandvas, nor Avibhava. I think you had in the Hitopadesha which Raja was teaching, you saw the Sukhasinam. Sukhasinam. He was seated happily. It's a very common expression, by the way, Sukhasinam. Now that also is an adverb. He was sitting happily. It's not like he is happy himself and he is seated. No, he's sitting happily. So that you have to make it into what you call as a miscellaneous category. Just make it, they call it either Sahasupa, or you can say Kevala Samasa, or say Supsupa. These are terms that they use just to convey the fact that this is a miscellaneous category. In Gita, Adrishta Purvam Shitosmi Drishta, Bhayancha Pravachitam Manome. So Arjuna says, I'm very happy to see this form which has never been seen before. Adrishta Purvam, which means Purvam is an adverb which has not been seen before. This is not a Tatpurusha or a Bahuvrihi. It's not a Dvandva, it's not a Vyabhava. So that is what this comes in 11th Adhyaya of the Gita. Adrishta Purvam Shitosmi Drishtva. Bhayenacha Pravajitam Manome. But I'm also feeling very scared in mind. So anyway, that comes in Gita. So this is what we have to make it into a the Vigraha Vakyam has not been given. Malinatha does not give the Vigraha Vakyam. He does not give it. Because we're supposed to know on our own, or this could be a common term. Or if you had to give the Vigraha Vakyam, you have to give like Parasparam Aviruddhaha, Parasparena Aviruddhaha, something like that. And say, look at the footnote down here. You see the footnote? In fact, they corrected the typo also corrected down here. This is some other commentary, by the way. This book is, it gives you also other commentaries. Okay, the Dinakara. Actually, if you look at this is the Nirnaya Sagar book. If you look at, they have published the whole Bhagavatam in the same way, where they give the Sridhara Tika on top, and below they give all the other commentaries. When there is something extra to add, they give the whole some other commentary. So this is some other commentator, Dinakara somebody. He says, Sapatnya Bhavad Virodha Yogyau Api Parasparena Aviruddhaha Anukulaha. So he says Aviruddhaha says Anukulaha. Means that they were getting along with each other. They had no conflict. So Parasparena Aviruddhaha is his Vigraha Vakyam he is giving here. Parasparena. So this is not going to be a Titiya Tatpurusha Samasa. This is not Titiya Tatpurusha. It's an adverb. So we got the whole compound now. Now, coming back to Malinatha, he says, so this whole padam is masculine, nominative, plural. The first thing you want to do, if you can, do the padacheda. Take the help from the commentary if you need to. Try to do the subanta and the tinganta, you give the vibhakti, pratipadikam, linga vachana, and also do the same thing. In the tinganta, you got to give the dhatu, give the lakara, give the purusha, give the vachanam. That we get. If you cannot, you keep it pending. You keep it pending, until you find out more. Because even sometimes you cannot, because you don't know the meaning. There might be some choices. Sometimes, so you don't try to keep it pending. But at the end of the day, if you can, you should come up with these. So that will give you. It's a very good habit, because that will prevent you from making some major errors. So Paraspara Viruddhaha is masculine, nominal, plural. Also gives you more practice. Te. Now te are there are 7 kinds of tes, out of which 4 are dual. Sate taha and tante taha. So that is the feminine duals. You also have tattetani, tattetani. Those are duals. Those are very rarely used. They can be very easy to spot. There is no dual feminine, no dual neutral over here. Then you have two choices. You have the Yushmat Padam, Tubhyam Te and Tavate, means Shashti and Chaturthi, the secondary form, or become Tubhyam or Te and Tava, but that's for, and Tava or Te. But that is for Yushmat Pratipadikam. Then you have Saha Tau Te, which is the nominative plural form of the Tat Pratipadikam in the masculine, which is what we have here from the context, Sandarbhat only. Because we already had a masculine nominative plural hanging out with the very first one. So the very next one probably likely is going to be the masculine nominative plural, you know. And again, you can do two things. Look around for help in the shloka. As I said to you, you just passed one masculine nominative plural. So most likely it's going to be the same with that. Not only that, in this case very easy, because look at what the commentary says. Te kumaraha. Te equals kumaraha. So you can very easily spot that this must be masculine nominative plural. Okay. So, te. And we're going a little bit slow because I want to tell you how with the help of the commentary you can unravel many of these things. In fact, you can even read the Vedas like this, by the way. Because, you know, we have been saying all the time, you know, Vedas, we cannot read Vedas, but you can. If you can go to the commentary, of course, that will be one level higher, okay, because even the commentary will be slightly harder, because they will expect you to know all these stuff before you come to study the Vedas. But if you can go to the commentary, you can study anything. Rig Veda, Raj Veda, all you can study. All of them is when you study. Not only that, something which doesn't have a commentary, you should probably leave it for the time being. You don't need it for the time being. For the time being, take the help of these acharyas. Then only you get practice, and then you can start tackling some which don't have commentaries on it. So in the beginning, only take shlokas which have, or whatever, the text which has commentary. Satikam eva patitavyam. Don't take without that, because that will keep you streamlined, you know, until you get better at it. So te kumaraha. So we already got it. We already went to this next one. Tat is pruthak padam tat. So what is this? Tat is a pronoun. The moment you have a pronoun, the next question is, who is it qualifying? Immediately ask that question. Do not leave the pronoun or the adjective until you know in your mind who it is qualifying. If you don't know, at least you keep it pending and we have to come back to it. But the pronoun always has somebody standing behind it or something standing behind it. It does not have a gender, number, case of its own. There has to be someone standing. Otherwise, you don't know how to decline it. It's been declined, neuter, accusative, singular for some reason, because it's qualifying somebody. And it's qualifying kulam. Kulam. But you have to make the connection immediately. Tat kulam. Tat kulam. And now, so then you leave the tat padam, you come to kulam. Now, kulam has what vibhakti in the sentence? That you can see here, udyotayamasuhu. So they brightened, they illumined, or made it shine. They made the family of Raghu to shine. They kind of illumined the family. So it is going to be the Dvitiya Ekvachanam. Again, as I told you many times, is once you say Dvitiya, do not leave that. Do not leave that until you know it's the object of which verb, or could be Tingantam Padam, could be, you know, Krudantasya api karma sambhavet. It can be the object of some Krudanta also. But could be linked to some Avya Padam, like in Gita, Rute Pittan Bhavishyanti Sarve, Yevasyata Pratyanikeshu Yodhaha, Rute Pittan Bhavishyanti Sarve. Of course, very famous shloka of the Gita, 11th Adhyaya. The Lord Krishna, even without you, all these opposing warriors will not be, even without you. Rute Pitvam. Rute, so the Rute requires Tvam. So something, anyway, it has to hang on something. 95% is going to be a thing, it's going to be some dhatu, either in a verb form or in a participle form. Once in a while, it might be some avya also possibly. You know, like the word like nikasha, which we have seen, some avyas require that. Or vina, tam vina. Anyway, here it is the udyotayama suhu. So coming to tad, Raghoho is Shashti Ekavachanam. The moment you say Shashti, make the Sambandha. Make the Sambandha. Don't leave a Shashti, because don't leave it hanging around causing trouble. Otherwise you leave it for a time. You don't need it. This Raghoho you don't need. You don't need it. Because it's only giving some extra information about some other pada. So all the Kulam is the main pada here. Raghu is only saying the family of Raghu. That of Raghu is secondary importance. So if you don't want to take it in the beginning, you can leave all the Shashtis out, just to get the Vyakaranam down. So Raghoho connects to Kulam. Shashti Ekavachanam, and down in the Tika, I'm sorry, Mallinatha clearly gives us that. He has given the word, see how he comments, he has done the Sambandha for you. See, Padanvaya he has done. Okay, in fact, one thing you can also do, by the way, is look at the Padanvaya in the Tika. In the Tika, Mallinatha, ignore the Vritti for a time being. Ignore this take only the bold print, okay? Look at only the bold print you can look at. And Mallinatha does the Avyaya, the Padanvaya for you. Padanvaya means a connection of the Padas. Let's just do that. So Paraspara, and typo is there. Paraspara Viruddhaha. So skip all this stuff. Te, Tat, Anagham, Raghoho, Kulam, Rutavaha, Devaranyam, Iva, Alam, Udyotayamasuhu. So Mallinatha has done the entire Padanvaya for you of Raghuvamsham, of all the kavyams. So this is also great practice for you. Even if you don't understand anything else, at least reorder the padas as the Tikakara has done for you. That itself is a great practice. You can just go through Raghuvamsham and just he has done the Padacheda for you and the Padanvaya. That also, you can just blindly keep on doing that. That will give you a lot of practice. The same thing, of course, is in the Gita Press book, which I like to use all the time. The same thing is here. When you come here, every shloka, you have the Padanvaya Padacheda. Shraddhavan cha anasuyaha yaha naraha shrunuyad api saha api muktaha punya karmanam shubhan lokan prapnuyat. In fact, this is what, how they study the Vedas, is that when they do the Mula Parayanam first, then they do the Pada Parayanam, they do Pada by Pada. And then they do the what's called the Pada Patha, they call it. Pada Patha, as they call it. Then they do, the Krama Patha, then they do the Ghana Patha, the last one. So Pada Patha, like we say, Shraddhavan, Cha, Ana, Su, Yaha, Yaha, Naraha, Shrunuyad, Api, Saha, Api, Muktaha, Punya Karmanam, Shubhan, Lokan, Prapnuyat. Also good habit. Because you get the Padacheda in your mind, you understand how these padas behave. Without the Vyakaranam also you can do this. It can give you all the Padacheda. So every shloka you can skip the commentary and you can just take the Padacheda only. You can say Paraspara Viruddhaha Te Tat Anagham Raghoho Kulam Pritavaha Devaranyam Iva Alam Udyotaya Masuho. You can do it like that. So already Padanvaya is done, and when Padanvaya is done, all the Shashti will be connected. You can take all the Shashti connection will already be there for you in the Padanvaya. You don't have to worry too much. So Raghoho Kulam. Raghoho, see how he skips the Anagham. See what beautifully he has done that, because the Raghoho Kulam is a unit. You don't want to break this unit. Raghoho Kulam is one unit. This Raghoho should not be separated from Kulam. Should not be separated from the Kulam. And then Anagham should be put back here. It is the impeccable family of Raghu, spotless, sinless family of Raghu. So family of Raghu should not be separated. So he does that for you. He has taken out the Anagham and put it back there. So Raghoho goes with Kulam. Simple things, but good to notice them, because they reduce the clutter. The shloka clutter is reduced by this thing. So the Raghoho Kulam is made into a unit. So you cannot break that. So if you analyze shloka like this very clearly, step by step, it really becomes very easy. Even things like Bhagavatam, even Vedas, you can get 50%, 40%, 30%, and then keep on coming back, keep on coming back, keep on coming back. So now you have the ability, just a matter of making the effort. And once in a while you get stumped by something, you leave it. It's okay, you leave it. Come back to it later on. Don't take a whole day on it. Just leave it. So, okay, now come to the, okay, so we got Kulam, okay, Anagham. Anagham. Now the word Agha means sin. This is a Bahuvri. Bahuvaris, I mentioned to you many times, I'll do it again, is that in the 2, there are only like about 3 or 4 sutras for Bahuvaris. And they go from Anekamanya Padarthe and up to this one, Tena Sahaji Tulya Yoga. So up to this Dvandva is this Charthe Dvandva. The Charthe Dvandva is Dvandva starts from there. Only one sutra for Dvandva, by the way. Dvandva Samasa, only one sutra in Ashtadhyay. Only one sutra for Dvandva Samasa. Charthe Dvandva. Only one. That's it. 2, 2, 2, 9. That's Dvandva Samasa. So if you say Dvandva Samasa, it has to come from this sutra only. There's no other way. There's only one sutra. Now the Bahuvari has only few. There's only about 5, 6 sutras. As Bhimsen Shastriji has mentioned, is this 2, 1, 2, 2 are only about 100 sutras or so. If you can memorize this, you'll really be like a Samasa Samrat. You can be a master of Samasas. Now I cannot say it's authority because I have not done it myself. See, to tell somebody you have to do it yourself first. I have not memorized them myself, but at least you can try. Gita I can tell you with more authority. This I cannot tell you, but because I have not done it myself. At least you can refer to it over and over again. So Bahubri only 5 sutras. 2, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. The main one is Anekamanya Padarthe. Anekamanya Padarthe. And that has Vartikams on that. Let's go to that. Let's use Kalpeji's handy application. 2 to 24. Anekamanya Padarthe. And that has some Vartikams. And the one that we want is this one. Nanyo Astyarthana Bahuvrihi. I think we all looked at this last time also, I think. Va cha uttara pada lopascha vaktavyaha. I see even the typo has been corrected. Very good. Thank you, Kalpeji. So, Nanyaha Astyarthanam Bahuvrihi Va. Means the Astyarthanam. So, how is Asti means in the sense of to be. So, the Vigraha Vakyam says Avidyamanam Agham Yasya Tat Kulam. So it is that family which has no sin. It has no blemish. So that Vidyamana is you have to supply that. Because what does it say? Uttarapada lopascha vaktavyaha va. Vacha uttarapadasya lopaha. So that Vidyamana takes lopaha optionally. You could have had Avidyamana putraha. You can also have a putra. Avidyamana agham. So you can say Avidyama, or you can say Anagam. Very common sutra. Very common usage. Like say Aputraha Puman. He has no son. 6th Adhyaya, 1st Shloka of Gita. Anashritah karma phalang karyam karma karoti yaha sasanyasi cha yogi cha niragniran cha akriyaha sabbahuvrihi. Avidyamana kriyaha yasya saha. Let's go to that for a section. First section is many shlokas in Gita. You will have this. So in the 6th Adhyaya, this comes the very first shloka. Maybe you can tag these shlokas. Tag these shlokas with the sutras. So you can remember this. Nanyo Astyarthana. This is one. Akriyaha. He says Akriyaha. Kriyaon ka tyag karne wala. So this Akriyaha. Avidyamanaha kriyaha yasya saha. Also shows you the Raswa at the end also. Okay, so that's the Vartikam we're using. Now this word Agha is neutral or masculine, I don't remember exactly. We can look it up. The best, let's go to Apteji. So you can use all these resources that we have. You can just take this Agha and just copy and paste it into that one. This is the way that I find it the best to do, is copy and paste it here, and get the should use this, by the way. Should use this one. You can get the. Let's see what Apteji has to say. Okay. Agha, Aghana. I think this is the one. Agha. See, the only one Agha. There's Anga. This is a Dhatu Agha. Let's look at this one. Agha. Adjective. But there is Agam is neuter now. See, this Agam neuter is sin. So Agam Sakevalam Bhungte Yah Pachantyatma Karana Manusmriti and 313 also. Bhagavad Gita. It was in Bhagavad Gita 3.13. Okay. So Agam is here. Agam Chakevalam. So Agam is, he says, a neuter noun. So now that's what we know. So we can make it Avidyamanam Agam Yasya Tat Kulam. Coming back to this now. And now Alam is an Avya. Alam has, so Hari ji has joined. Namaste Hari. Alam has 3-4 meanings. One is to be like almost like Nishedhartha. Alam Rodanena. Alam Vyakaranena. So enough of Vyakaranam. So Alam has, this is clearly not that meaning, because that Alam has to have a Tritiya Antapadam. You say Alam Rodanena. Rodanena has to have Tritiya Antapadam, which we don't have over here. Alam can also mean Bhushanarthe. Like Alankaraha, Alan Chakruhu means they made Bhushanarthe. That normally goes with the word Kru, Dhatu Kru takes Alam in the Arthe. And Alam can be, Atyantam. And again, now when there are many choices like this, normally the Tikakara will Spashtikarishyati. He'll make it clear for you when there's choices. So, Yatra Vikalpa Asti, so Bhava Artha Sambhavanti, Tatra Tikakara Avashyam Spashtikaranam Karoti. We can have the Tika. Let's see what he says. Does he say anything? Alam. Tat Prasiddham Raghukulam Devaranyam Alam, here it is. Alam Atyantam. So he has made it easy for you. And also I mentioned to you before, you can just remove the words from the shloka and put the easy words on the commentary. Very useful thing, very useful. If you don't want, and again as you get more practice, you can use the original words also, but for the time being, remove Alam. Make it Atyantam. Get the meaning. And then, of course, if you encounter the word 5, 6, 10, 15 times, then you will know Alam is Atyantam, you will know that. For the time being, we can just make it easy for us and make it Atyantam. And of course, the meaning is to get, the idea is to get the meaning of the shloka, right? So if you can just remove this word and just put Atyantam. And it's an adverb. It's an adverb, Atyantam. It means extremely. Adverb to what? Udyotayamasu. And look at the way he has done the Padanvaya for you. Beautifully, he has put it right before the Udyotayamasu. So he's telling you it's an adverb. He has made the sambandha for you already here. He says Alam Udyotayamasi. He did not put some noun in here, didn't put something else in here to qualify that. So whatever it is qualifying will be immediately after in the Padanvaya. In the Padanvaya it will immediately follow whatever it is coming after. So Alam Udyotayamasu. It's an adverb to the dhatu dyut. So dyut. And let's look at Udyotayamasu. I mentioned to you last time. The key thing here is to look at the Anuprayoga lit. Anuprayoga lit, you get the Am Pratyaya. And Am Pratyaya comes and it is followed by the dhatu As, Bhu or Kru with their own lit Pratyaya. Now, most of the time only As is the more common dhatu. In Gita only As comes. Darshayamasa, Ashvasayamasa. So this was, this only in Gita only As comes. One more thing, look at this Aya. Look at this Aya over here. That is a niche pratyaya which has become Aya. So if you see the Aya with the Am, we see this Ayam, this Ayama, this is going to be, I should say Ayam rather, It could have been Udyotayam babhuvuhu, Udyotayam chakruhu also could have been. Could have been also Udyotayam chakrire, all that. But we don't need that now. Mostly it will be us only. So if you see this ayam, it's going to be the anuprayoga lit with the nich pratyayan inside there. So get used to this one. It is fairly common. It's the most common use of anuprayoga lit is with this nich with the arm. And the ayam will give you the hint. Okay, that's the best thing. And most of the time, dhatu us will be also be there. So giving to some rules quickly. We don't go through all the rules. It'll take about half an hour. So I'll just point you to the sections, and you can. We already done this. And if you want to go to look at in Shastriji's volume 2, look at the dhatu chur, churadi gana. You'll get the whole thing. Why dhatu chur? So that has the swate nich, chorayamasa. Now the first thing is that the pratyaya comes in 3:135 to 39. So it says kas pratyayad ama mantre liti. Kas pratyayad ama mantre liti. Amantre liti. Non-Vedic. Anyway, we're not doing Vedic, so don't worry about it. So for us, amantre doesn't mean much. But liti, so when lit pratyaya follows, then pratyaya, this is the important thing. Pratyaya. There is one dhatu called kas. Okay, we don't worry about that. One single dhatu. But this is where it's pratyayad. So when you have any derived dhatus in there, what they call the sadhita dhatus, sadhita means derived, then it has to take am. It will not take dvitva lit. The am will come there immediately, and the lit will become luk after that. Amaha luk. So all derived dhatus have to take the am pratyaya lit. They will not go the dvitva route. So that's where the am pratyaya comes. And then right, so that's on 3:135, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay, 35 is the most important one. Is the pratyaya. In Gita only this one, only 3:135. And among the derived dhatu, the nich is the most common. That's going to be the most common. If you just remember this much, only if you remember for time being, is that the nich, when you make it causative, you cannot use dvitva lit. You have to use the anuprayoga lit. So that will be the easy thing to remember. Then what happens is that under 3:140 says krincha anuprayujate liti. So anuprayoga is the following that amanta. This kri comes in. This kri is a pratyahara kri, which means kru bhu as. Kru bhu as. So if you want to put in the document over here, when you make, first you make the dhatu dyut, add the nich. So you have the dyut plus nich, dyut plus nich, you're going to get the upada guna, sapuganda lagu upadasya cha. So try to repeat the sutras in your mind as many times as you can, then you can remember them. Puganda lagu upadasya cha, 7:3:86, become dyot. So become dyot plus nich become dyoti. Dyoti. Following that you brought, so this is the sanadhyanta dhatavaha. Sanadhyanta dhatavaha, this is a dhatu status. You cannot bring any lakara or any krut pratyaya from after anything except a dhatu, because the dhatu adhikara is going on. So they cannot bring anything, so you have to first make sure this has a dhatu status. And that is going to be 3:132 right here. Sanadhyanta dhatavaha. So these sanadis, we start from 3:15-ish, they will get the dhatu sanya. Because normally dhatu is in the bhuadi or dhatavaha. They are in bhuadi gana, in the dhatu patha. But these also, which are derived from 3:15 to 3:131, sanadhyanta dhatavaha, they get dhatus, and so they can also take the lakaras and the krut pratyayas. So you can start with that plus the lit. And now, because of, as I said, because you have the pratyaya at the end, the nish pratyaya is in here, this has to take the arm pratyaya. So then you get the, you can put the arm in between here, arm. And now next step is that you're going to get the amaha, luksya. So this in 2:4, I think it's 71, which you saw earlier. It's right here. It is the, 80, 2:4, 81. Amaha is following the arm. This entire lit thing is gone. It's gone. Not only that, what's happening is this creates a krudanta. Because the lit is a krut pratyaya, because the parokshe lit comes in 3.3. So this is going to create a pratipadikam. This jyoti plus am creates a pratipadikam. It's a very strange thing. Now when we bring lakaras, we just do tiptas ji, and it doesn't become pratipadikam, because krud a thing. The thing they are not krut pratyas. And if it's not krut pratyaya, you cannot do krut tadita samasa, cannot be used. So normally when we like lakaras, we do tiptas ji all the time, and we do the ting adesha, and then tatpashchat pratipadikam na sambhavati. It cannot be pratipadikam. But here what happened is the lit was done a look. The lit was dropped, was removed. Before tiptas ji could come, it was removed. So now that is the reason why. But that's also why Panini, why he does the lasya adhikara and the tiptas ji, because sometimes the tiptas ji may not come. They might be removed. Also, when you do the participles, the Shatrushanat, the tiptas ji never come. So why not use the tiptas ji directly if you want to ask? Because the lit or lat may not take tiptas ji. Something else might happen to them. So now this jyoti plus am creates a pratipadikam. Now what we can do is that there are a couple of ways. I think Kashika and Siddhanta Kaumudi differ on this thing. So this is a makaranta krudanta. So we can take it as an avyaya because krunmejantaha. Then do avyadap supaha. Or you can do the same sutram amaha. And this amaha can remove not only the lit pratyaya, but also the sup which comes. Because once you get a pratipadikam, you have to do the su avja sum out. When you bring the su as a default, then even this amaha can remove that also. So according to the Siddhanta Kaumudi, Bhattoji Dikshita, Bhattoji said that just take this amaha and remove that sup also. So either way you want to take it, the Kashika makes an avyayam and takes the by avyadap supaha, next sutra. Or take ama itself and remove the sup. Whichever way you do it, this whole thing is gone. You're going to get an avyayam.
Satishji.
Yes.
One quick question. The arm was in 3135, right?
Arm is, but
so,
not lit.
Not lit. So, so we cannot. Can we still say it is still krunmejantaha?
Yeah. See, that's the problem what Bhattoji had. This is a very technical thing. See, the lit was a krut pratyaya. So we do have a krudanta ending in a zero lit. So it is makaranta. It is krudanta. But the krut pratyaya was not a makaranta. The krut pratyaya became a zero. Because pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam. So so depends how you interpret the sutram, the krunme jantaha. Depends how you take it. This is a makaranta padam. It is a krudanta padam also. But it is not a makaranta krut. So that's why Bhattoji differs from Kashika. See, Kashika was said, make it an amvya, you'll be fine. So Kashika is happy with taking the krunme jantaha. Bhattoji says, no, this is complicated, we don't need this, because as Kalpesh said, because the makara came from am. Am is 3135, and that is before Kruda thing section. So am is not krut pratyaya. Only the lit was krut pratyaya, but lit became a zero. But you still have pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam. So this jyoti plus am is a krudanta form. It is makaranta, but the krut pratyaya was not makaranta. So therefore, for this to avoid this complication, so you know what we'll do? We'll keep it simple. And so Kalpesh has a point. So Kashika, takes it away, but we can just use this ama. This is what I mean. In fact, this highlights one point, by the way. See, between the Kashika and Bhattoji, there's about 1,000 years have gone by. See, Kashika was about 780, and Bhattoji came about 1600. So about 800 years went by in between. So for us right now, the Siddhanta Kaumudi is really the text to go by. Because, in between all, the language may have changed slightly. They may have some lot of, usages came into play. And of course, people have, like many hundred years to think about this, full 800 years. So things may have been refined, So the Siddhanta Kaumudi takes all that into account. And this is the case in point, The point Kalpesh is making is a good point. And people realize that in those 800 years, that this is a problem. So that's why the Siddhanta Kaumudi in Bhattaji says, don't do what Kashika says. Just take this Amaha and remove that completely. So we should go more with the Siddhanta Kaumudi because he's later than Kashika by 800 years. So okay, so let's do that. Let's make it a convention. We'll go with Siddhanta Kaumudi unless we really feel there's some issue. So we'll just use the Amaha, the 2481, and remove this. Now, so this entire thing is gone, and then because of the 3140, you get the Anuprayoga, this Kruncha Anuprayojate liti. So that we get the Anuprayoga coming in here. So you get the Kru, Bhu, or Us, along with its own lit pratyaya. That's the Anuprayoga, which comes with its own lit pratyaya. So it has with his own lit. That comes with a lit pratyaya again of its own. Now, so that's what we get. One thing here, what should between this Dyoti and Am? What should have happened to anybody? Get some participation going. What should have happened between this Dyoti and Am? First of all, eco energy wants to come because it is this is a Yan Sandhi wants to come.
Ashishnu Dhatu Bhuvam
Ashwin Dhatu Bruvam wants to come. But so a lot of sutras want to come because the Jyoti was a Dhatu, because of the Sanajana Dhatavaha. So Ashishnu Dhatu Ruvam, your Yang Vanga. Yang wants to come. How about a Guna? Sarva Dhatuka Ardhatuka Yoho. Because the arm is not a Krut Pratyaya, but the Pratyaya is a Pratyaya which is Ardha Dhatuka. Because Ardha is from 3122 starts the Pratyaya, which is, the classification of Sarva Dhatuka and Ardha Dhatuka starts from 317 and 3122. So this Pratyaya is a Pratyaya which is Ardha Dhatuka. So Guna wants to come. What else wants to? Anybody else? What else wants to come? Raise your hand if you know. So far we have Yan Sandhi, which was, then we have the Yang Adesha, but everything is overruled by the 7386 because there's a Parakaryam. None of these are Apavadas. There's no Apavada here. But the Parakaryam is the Guna. Sarva Dhatuka Ardhatuka Yoho is Guna. That's what wants to rule right now. But what stops that? Anything stops that? Anybody? This is a fourth.
Is there a Nerniti or something like that?
Very good. Nerniti. In a section called Ardha Dhatuke. So Anidadav Ardha Dhatuke Pare Ner Lopasyat. The section in 6.4. If you have a niche, which is for Pratyaya, which is Ardha Dhatuka. So when you have the Shap, it doesn't happen. When you have Shap, we don't get that. We get Kathayama, Kathayati, Chorayati and all that. Because the Shap Pratyaya is Sarva Dhatuka. Things is Sarva Dhatukam. But Anidadav Ardha Dhatuke Pare Ner Lopasyat. So 6.4.51. 6.4.51. Neraniti. Very important sutra. So if you have niche Pratyaya for a Pratyaya which is Sarvadha, which is Ardha Dhatuka, which has no idagama. Nehe Aniti. Should be Aniti. Anidadav Ardha Dhatuka Pare Ne Lopasyat. The Pratyaya arm is not Valadi. The arm is not Valadi. So no matter what the Dhatu is, it cannot take idagama. So whenever the arm comes, the niche should have dropped. But we don't want that. We don't want the niche to drop. Because what do you form? Because remember the final thing this is we're trying to reverse engineer, right? Trying to do the reverse engineering. We got the form Dyota Ya Ma Suho. So we don't want the niche to drop. We want the niche to become Aya. This E better become I. Otherwise you will not get the final form. So looks like Guna would have been done it. Because if you got the Guna, it would become A. Then Echa Sandhi would have become I. But the Guna is stopped by this Niraniti. So below that there is a special sutram which is the Apavada. This one, 6.4.55. So this I comes when you have this arm and some other pratyas falling. So this arm and tal, all these pratyas are falling. Shu. So when arm pratyay pare, this niche becomes I. Niche becomes I. So it's basically the Guna and Echa Sandhi is being done directly for you. So the Neraniti has an Apavada. And the 6.4.55 specifically says the arm pratyaya follows. Don't do Neraniti. Do the Ayadesha. So you get the Ayya. And then once you do that, you get Jyotayam. The E becomes I. And then, of course, the As, you bring the Tipta Ji, you bring in the Ji Pratyaya, Nal Atus Us, Asuhu. Now, in this section, by the you look at this As will take Dvitva, will take a duplication. Become As, then Atra Adehe, Haladi Sheshaha, and you get the, so all the Abhyasa Karyam will come. Go to quickly for a section when you do the As. If you don't have any other sutram, you just do Haladi Sheshaha, the Sa would have gone. Then between and you have had the Atogune, that would have dropped. So to stop that, this sutram called Ata Adehe, from Ata Adehe. So the 7.4. See, all this Abhyasa Karyam is also quite easy because it comes at the end of 7.4. And 7.4 starts from this right here. 7.4 Abhyasasya. 7.4.58 Abhyasasya goes down. So the end of from 7.4.58 to end of 7.4, the only topic is Abhyasa Karyam. And there you have Rasva, Haladi, Shesha, Sharvakayaha. There are some rules which are general rules. General rules apply to all kind of Abhyasas. Then there are some specific rules which apply only for Liti. Under Liti, so in the Lit Abhyasa which is caused by Lit, then you have Ata Adehe. Not for all Abhyasas, only for Lit Abhyasas, Ata Adehe. So if it's an Adi Akara, Ataha, in place of the Ataha, you get the Dirgha. So it becomes A. It becomes, when you do the duplication of the As, you get the, so you get the Haladi Shesha, Sakara drops. Then you would have had the problem of Atogune between this and A, but stopping that you get Ata Adehe, this becomes A. And then you do the Akasavani Dirgha, becomes As. And then it becomes Us, so Asuhu. So Jyotayama Asuhu. Of course, this is a lot of Vyakaranam, but the good thing is that you know the final answer. And you can use all these sutras to get the one form. So in a way, I like this form because, you can rope in all these sutras, many of them, to get this one form. So we use the Pratyaya Nich, in the Hetumaticha, we use the word Pratyaya Nich. That is, we start from here. So we start how the Nich Pratyaya come, in what meaning. So that itself we start from 3.1. So I want to recap the sutras for you quickly, so you know how many we used, which is good. So if you know this one form, you can tie them all together. And just, any of these forms, like in Gita, Ashvasa, Yamasa. So in 3.1, Panini starts with all these, this one, Hetumaticha. In a causative sense, you use this. So this is the one. So first you bought the niche in Hetumaticha. Then you do the Puganda Laguputasya Gunaha. Then you got the Dyoti. The Sanajanta Dhatavaha. Then Parokshe Lit you got after that. Then you got the Kas, Kasya Pratyayat. So Kas Pratyayat Amamansaliti. So you got the Am Pratyayat. Then you did Amaha. You did the Lit, you did the Look. Then you got the Prajipadika Sanya. Kutta Samasa Ascha. Then you got the Su of Jas. Then by the same Amaha, you did the look of that Su also. Then in the meanwhile, you got this Sandhikaram battle. Niraniti was stopped by a special rule, 6.455. So you got the Ayadesha, become Jyotayam. Then over there, you got the Tipta Ji, Naratus Us. So you got the Us in place of the Ji. And then Abhyasa Karyam you did, Haladi Shesha, Ata Adehe. So a lot of rules came into play, lot of rules. So anytime you have, but it's going to be the same prakriya. Every time you have niche with the lit, you have to go through all these same steps. You form the nijanta, sanajanta dhatavaha, then you make the kas pratyat amamantra liti, you get the amaha look, you do the look, then you get the kruncha anuprayajati, kruncha anuprayajate liti, you get the anuprayaga. Then you do that Abhyasa Karyam over here and finish the form, and the Niraniti is stopped back here. So all these same steps you do all the time. So hopefully next time when you do this, we'll remember this. So Udyotayama Suho. So this is the verb, the subject is Te Kumaraha. And then comes this simile. Iva is hanging over here, Eva is hanging over here. And look at the padanvaya. Rutavaha devaranyam iva udjotayamaso. So he's nicely put the clause for you back there behind the dhatu, behind Kriya Padam. So the simile is stuck in there properly. Ritavaha, Ritu Pradipadikam, Vasantadayaha. Making it clear, the spring, etc. Devaranyam Nandanam. This is the garden of Indra. Aranya, so was on Aranya doesn't mean have to be in a forest. Like Udyanam. It's a grove. So Devan, and again no Vigraha Vakyam. No Vigraha Vakyam. So it's very obvious. Devasya, Indrasya, Atva Devanam, Aranyam. So when you have Shashitat Purushaha, normally they will not give Vigraha Vakyam. It's the most common, simplest thing. Of course, once in a while they might still give, there's confusion. But most of the time there should be no Vigraha Vakyam because Devanam Aranyam. Then Nandanam, then he's giving a vritti for that, Nandanam Iva. So match the vibhaktis now. So when you have the Upama Upameya, Upama you have Ritavaha. Ritavaha is masculine, nominal, plural. The gender may not match. The gender may not match, the number may not match, but the vibhakti will match. Vibhakti will match. Otherwise you don't know what's compared to whom. Gender number may not match. I mean, lot of them they will also match. But don't depend on that. Vibhakti has to match. Ritavaha goes with te. So the Kumaras, Ramadeha, they were like the seasons. Okay. And Devaranyam is Dvitiya Ekavachanam. That's the Kulam. So the Kulam is the Devaranyam. So the family of Raghu was like the garden of Indra. And the Rama, etc. were the seasons. And the common, what is commonality? The commonality is the alam udjotayama suhu is the commonality. So that goes on both sides of the upama. So they greatly illumined. Now what about this one? Paraspara viruddhaha. Does that go both ways? It would be nice to have that because it should go both ways. So Rama they had no virodha. So avidvishtaha has been said. But Ritavaha, he says, no, that's now he has that. So we have a bit of a small problem now. Is that the Ritus are mutually opposed to each other. Shitoshnam. You cannot have sahacharyam of the Shishir Ritava and the Grishma Ritava. They cannot stay together. One's cold, one is hot. So look at what he says down here now. So now he has to give some comment to justify that. We have to try to connect this both ways. If it connects only one way, it will not make good sense. Then what does he say? Sahaja virodhanam api ritunam. So sahaja virodhanam means those which have natural enmity, opposition. Api ritunam, even though saha avasthana sambhavanartham. So in order to have the possibility, sambhavana, that they may stay together, sahavasthana sambhavanartham, deva visheshanam. They have used this deva visheshanam, that it is the garden of the gods. It's not any garden, because this is so we have to assume that in the heaven maybe they can stay together. So that's what he says. Sahavasthana sambhavanartham deva visheshanam. So he says devaranyam, not some aranyam on the earth. So that's how he justifies it. But it would be nice to have them, go together on both sides, Okay. Now, last thing that he says is that he makes one more comment. Saubhratravantaha kula bhushanayante iti bhavaha. Saubhratravantaha means saubhratram. We're going to see in the next shloka. Saubhratram is with good brotherhood. When there's good brotherhood among the sons, that they become like the ornaments of the family. So kula bhushanayante. So they become like this is a nama dhatu is used, I think. So kula bhushanayante, like gurudayate. So kula bhushanayante iti bhavaha. So this is the whole. See, this is the whole gist of the shloka. So he did all the commentary, and now he's giving you what he thinks the whole gist is. Okay. Iti bhava. The bhava is that saubhratravantaha kula bhushanayante, means the sons which have good brotherhood in them, amongst them, they become the ornaments, they become the jewels of the family. That's the final thing. Now today I also brought in Devdarji's translation, which is also good for you. Also very, very useful. If you want to read any of Kalidasa's works in English, I know everybody's afraid of opening up the Sanskritam books. So in English you can get a very good translation. And so you can also try to get a link, It's okay. I mean, while we're learning, there's no shame in looking at the English also. So we see what living in perfect harmony. Living in perfect harmony. Paraspara, in the type, there's no typo here. Paraspara viruddhaha. With each other, with each other is paraspara. So harmony is, aviruddhaha. With each other is paraspara. They is a te. Shed luster is udjotayamasu. Ample is the alam. Alam is ample. And then on Raghus is Raghoho. Also same thing here. If you don't get everything, at least get what you can get. So Raghoho is Raghus. Very easy. I mean, this can get much easier than this. Raghoho is Raghus. Then unblemished. Unblemished is Anagham. Kulam is the lineage, line or family, line. As is the Iva. The seasons, Ritavaha. Make glorious is the same Udyotayama Suhu, connecting on the Upama side now. Make glorious. The paradiso, for a wrong pronunciation, paradise, the garden of paradise. Paradise is the Deva now. Aranyam is the garden. Deva Aranyam. So that is so it's very nice. It's quite, this translation is a good translation, because once in a while he summarizes things, but mostly it's very nice. You can also increase your vocabulary and feel more comfortable. So even if you cannot make sense of this one over here, this is too hard for you, just take a stab at the English, You can maybe pick up some things over here. So you got the whole shloka. And of course, this is only the beginning stage. Once you get more practice, you're going to read this faster, okay? Once you get practice, you're going to go, but we're going to slow in the class so we can go step by step. There's no confusion. Okay, so that ends that one. So that's the end of this page. We did this last time, but I wanted to go through this Anuprayoga lit. Hopefully next time we don't have to do this Prayoga again. We have to practice. Somebody can volunteer to do that one. So the next one is I think slightly easier shlokas. Just do the pronunciation. Samane hi saubhratre yatho bhau rama lakshmanau tatha bharata shatrugnau pritya dvandvam babhuvatuhu. One more time. Again, the first step is pronounced clearly. And if you don't know any vyakaranam, doesn't matter. Take it letter by letter. Samane hi saubhratre yatho bhau rama lakshmanau tatha bharata shatrugnau pritya dvandvam babhuvatuhu. One last time. Samane hi saubhratre yatho bhau rama lakshmanau tatha bharata shatrugnau pritya dvandvam babhuvatuhu. So what we should do is let's do the padanvaya. He says so samane api so saubhratre. He's taking it first. He's samane api. So saubhratre, he's going to explain that. He's going to explain that word saubhratram in detail. Okay. So saubhratre samane api yatha ubhau rama lakshmanau pritya dvandvam babhuvatuhu tatha bharata shatrugnau babhuvatuhu. So babhuvatuhu is he's repeated that. Now I don't see the padam he in here. Maybe he left it out. Okay, I think the he has been left out. Okay. Now, that probably means that this he doesn't have any special meaning. Okay, it's indeed, it's Padapurnartha. Because Malinatha does not mention he at all over here. Look at the whole commentary, he doesn't mention he. Normally he will take all the words which have some meaning. But he has not taken over here. So we can probably take it as, because I said to the he has two meanings. One is yataha or yasmat, which you should try first. You should try that meaning first. And most of the time the Bhashyakara will give that meaning. If it is not there, it could be Padapurnartha. Say chahituvai, chahituvai, chahituvai. It's chahituvai. They are used for Padapurnartham to complete the meter. The fact that Malinatha has not made any mention of that at all, probably should be Padapurnartham. Like indeed, indeed. So it doesn't add much thing, So the he is already accounted for. So, now, samane api sau. This is padacheda. It's already done for you. We'll do it again. Samane api hi sau bhratre yatha yatha ubhau rama lakshmanau tatha bharata shatrugnau pritya dvandvam babhuvatuhu. So babhuvatuhu. Now what is simple sentence is babhuvatuhu. Babhuvatuhu. If you want, we can tackle that first. No commentary on that. Because we are supposed to know this. We're supposed to know this on our own. And when we say supposed to know, most of the time it will come in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. See, the Ashtadhyayi has 4,000 sutras. Only about 30% of them are taken in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So 30, about 1/3 of them. And whatever is covered in that, generally you are kind of expecting, once in a while, they will still be kind and give us explanations. But whatever is in Laghu, we should know that it is in Laghu somewhere. We can look it up. This Dhatu Bhu is very clear. We can go to Shastriji volume 2. You can open up Dhatu Bhu. Look at the ending, Atus ending. There's an Abhyasa here. Babhuvatuhu. It clearly has to be lit lakara. So lit lakara from the ending Atus, from the Abhyasa. And Dhatu Bhu is very clear over here. So you can just go to Shastriji volume 2 and you can look up this form. Now, only thing special here is this Vuk Agama, and the Abhyasa should have become Bhu, because Abhyasa, which was talking about Abhyasa rules, the rule is Rasvaha. So if you have Bhu, it should become Bhu, then Abhyasa Charcha, make it Bhu. But it has become Ba. Did not become Bhu, it became Ba. So that is a special karyam here, and let's go through that in 7.4. The dhatu, like babhuva is very common form, babhuvaha, because as I mentioned to you, when you have these very common dhatus, they get deformed, because, prayogavashat, because they get used so much, they get changed. That's what happens. That's because the Rama Shabda is the most difficult Shabda in a way, because all the rules are changed. Dhatu Kri is the hardest dhatu. Same thing in the Prajapadikam. Yushmad Asmad are almost impossible to figure out, because they've been used a lot. They change. So same thing Dhatu Bhu over here. And here we should have had the Rasvaha. So should have, if you want to just go to document quickly, when you do the Bhu plus lit, let's skip some steps now. So Liti Dhatu Ranabhyasasya, Liti Dhatu Ranabhyasasya, it becomes Bhu, Bhu, and all this is given in full detail in Shastriji volume 2. You can look it up, and you should have had the lit becomes Tiptas G, you have target Pratyaya Tas, then Nal Atus Us, Pratyaya Atus. Atus is coming here. Now here we should have had Rasvaha, making it into just Bhu, and then we should have Abhyasa Charcha, making it into Bhu. But instead of that, something else. Now Abhyasa Charcha is really the only Abhyasa Karyam which is not in this section. Why is that? Because Anuruttis are available. Let's go to that for a section. Just for a second. Go to 8.4.50, I think it's 54-ish. Abhyase Charcha. So Panini preferred to use Abhyase again here rather than putting in the Abhyasa section because the Jhalam and the Jash was available here. So Jhalam and Jash is available. Rather than putting another sutram in the 7.4 and bringing the Jhalam Jash again over there, he only put the Char because he can use the Anuvritti. With a typo here, is it? No, correct, it's correct, Charcha. Okay, that's fine. Abhyase Charcha. Not only that, Anuvritti of Char was required down there. So he made use of Jhalam Jash and he created Anuvritti of Char. It goes in the next sutram, Kharicha. So this Char is being used down here. So the Anuvritti was easily available in this nice section so he made the choice of fitting it in here, even though it's Abhyasa Karyam. Didn't put it in 7.4 because he could use 1, 2, 3 items here. So repeating them there will not make sense. So they really, this is Tripadi Karyam doesn't, Tripadi Sabha Saptadhya is not very important in this case because there is no conflict ever, This Abhyasa Karyam, there is no conflict anywhere. Vipati Shilana Sambhavati. So Tripadi Sthamva, Atva Sabha Saptadhya Sthamva. It doesn't matter. It can be either one. But because Anuvritti is only, he has put them in here. So this is the one rule which you remember in addition with 7.4. So the entire 7.4 section with this Abhyasa Charcha, with Abhyasa Karyam. And now we have to get this rule which is Dhatu become Ba is Bhavate Raha. Bhavate Raha. Bhavate Raha. The same lit section which within the Abhyasa section, when the lit Sambandhi Abhyasa is there, Panini says Bhavate Raha. Very simple sutram, Bhavate Raha. Bhavate Raha. So the individual sutras are very easy, nothing hard about it. All it says is if we have lit lakara and the dhatu bhu is involved in that, instead of doing the rasvaha, do the akara alontyasya, do the akara adesha, become bha and then become ba by abhyase charcha. So you should always know what the domain of the rule that you're using is. What is the domain of this rule? Is it a big rule with a lot of applications? Or is it a very specific Vishesha Vidhi it is only? This is a very Vishesha Vidhi only. Only lit lakara eva, only lit lakara only. Only dhatu bhu, only in abhyasa, only one single dhatu. It does the akara adesha, alontyasya. So that's rule number 1 which we need. So when the moment you have lit lakara in bhu, Bhavate Raha, immediately Bhavate Raha. Second thing is what happened, and look at the final form. Because always try to work from both ends, work from both ends. So you got ba, so we got the ba, we got the bhu, which is dhatu itself, we got that bhu, and then we have the atus. What do we need? We need this va to come in between there, because the final form is babhu vatuhu. So we want to get there finally. No matter what you do, you have to get the final form. So babhu vatuhu. So of course we can get the visarga with the substitution rule and all that, but this vuk agama is required. So the vuk agama, but this is not uvang by the way. The uvang will only do the uva, short u. So uvang is not to be suspected here. So uvang shanka ma bhut. This is not uvang because uvang will do short u, uva. This is uva, babuva. So we need so don't go and look under the uvang, the ashwin dhatu brahvam over there. So that will not help us. We need a vuk agama. This is on the same thing in the section called ardha dhatu K in 6.4. Mentioned to you before, in the Ashtadhyayi you have 2 sections called ardha dhatu K. One is in 2.4, where the entire dhatu gets replaced by a new dhatu. It comes ardha dhatu K. Here comes ardha dhatu K, 3.4.2.4.35. Here you have the aster bhu, all these bhuva vachi, gang lungi. So all these, have these, when the dhatu gets changed completely, ardha dhatu ke pare. The other is in the angasya adhikara, ardha dhatu ke. That will do some anga karyam. We want anga karyam right now, because dhatu bhu is staying there. It's not being replaced, it is staying there. So we don't have to worry about this one. We have to go to 6.4 section called ardha dhatu ke, and that's in the angasya adhikara. And there, you will have this, which will say the bhuva vuk lung lito, lung lito. So that will be
6488.
6488. It says the section is bhuva vuk lung litoho. Lung litoho bhuva luk. By the way, this Ashtadhyayi is very I think error free. Okay, this document is, I'm finding so far no errors. Okay, so I think we should use this one. Now there are so many errors, you're always wondering, but this one so far no errors. So bhuvo vuk lung litoho. The section was, the in fact, I'm sorry, this is not in this section of Ardha Dhatuke, because Ardha Dhatuke is not, because we had the section Ardha Dhatuke from 6.4.46, but that stops before this. Okay, that's a correction. The section Ardha Dhatuke is in 6.4.
This seems to be an apvada for Achishnu Dhatu Bhuvam.
Yes, it'll be Bhuvam will be stopped. But not only, yes, it'll correct. The Uvang would have come normally, so that will stop by this one. But the section Ardha Dhatuke goes from only up to 68. So 6.4.46 to 68 ends the Ardha Dhatuke section. So this one is outside of that. Okay, so but anyway, it says for the dhatu bhuvaha. Here it is uvang adesha here, bhuvaha. We take the vuk agama. So adyantau takitau, it'll go at the end. If the lung or the lit lakara follows. So then you get the vuk agama at the end, so become bhuva. And then that's it. Then you choose. So two sutras, bhavate raha and the bhuva vuk lung litoho. So these two sutras. Otherwise everything is samanya karyam. So then babhuvatuhu is yatha ubhau rama lakshmana dvandam babhuvatuhu tatha bharata shatrughnau dvandam babhuvatuhu. So just as Rama and Lakshmana, this is a very, of course, very simple samasa, dvandva samasa, ramascha lakshmanascha rama lakshmanau. So Rama and Lakshmana together is charte dvandvaha, this dvandva samasa. It's a itaretara dvandva, very simple. Same thing down here, Bharata Shatrughnau, also going to be the same samasa. So just as Rama and Lakshmana became a pair, became a pair together. Similarly, due to affection, pritya. Pritya is a hetav. Dhatu is priti is pritya is titya ekavachanam. So on account of affection, due to kind of love between themselves, Rama and Lakshmana became a pair. Similarly, so you have yatha tatha. That gives a good structure for the sentence. So yatha Rama Lakshmana dvandam babhuvatuhu tatha varta shatrughnau dvandam babhuvatuhu. And pritya goes on both sides of love. And this is one clause hanging around here now. Samane api saubhratre sati. Sati saptami is even though their brotherhood was the same, means all four had no like partiality. It's not like Rama Lakshmana, didn't like the other two or vice versa. Samane api saubhratre. So samane api saubhratre samane api sati. Even though the brotherhood was equal among all of them, still, just as Rama Lakshmana, because of mutual affection, they became a pair, so also Bharata Shatrughnau. So now, let's first, he's talking about the word saubhratram. Okay. This comes in Ramayanam, by the way, in the Bala Ramayanam. The very first section, Adhyaya of Ramayana, which is Raja's favorite, very first Adhyaya which you're doing, Saturday class you're doing in the evening time, is the 100 shlokas called Mula Ramayanam or Bala Ramayanam. So Saubhratra Manudarshayan, Valmiki says. So Lakshmana followed Rama to the forest, Saubhratram Manudarshayan, demonstrating what should be good brotherhood. When Lakshmana followed Rama, he demonstrated to the world what good brotherhood should be like. So Saubhratram Anudarshayam. So Saubhratram comes there in Ramayana. Ramayana is the best thing. If you want to learn Sanskritam, read Ramayana. Read Ramayana because you'll get a lot of practice, and it's not a very difficult text. It still give you so much practice that you can then have confidence to read other things on your own. So Saubhratram. Let's look at the what the commentary says for Saubhratram. Let's start from the first thing that he says. First, he's making the samasa of subhratru. Ishobhanaha, snigdhaha, bhrataro yesham, te subhrataraha. So let's form this one. So he's making a bahubri. So look at the yesham te. Yesham te he has done. So yat tat construct in the vigraha vakyam you can immediately know that this is a Bahuvrihi. This is a trademark of Bahuvrihi. Ye shamte, yasyate, ye nate, yasminte, yasminta. So all that is going to be. So subhrataraha. It already make a plural form for you. So they were such that their brothers were shobhanaha. They had good brothers. Snigdha, they had affectionate brothers. Snigdha means oily. Dhatu sne is to be oily. But oily also means affectionate in this language, by the way. It doesn't mean physically oily. This snigdha keshaha, the oily hair he has. It also means like shining, oily in a bad sense, like snigdha kesha. But here means like shobhanaha equals snigdhaha bhrataraha yeshamte. So Rama Lakshmana, they were such that their brothers were good brothers. They were affectionate brothers. Now, so Su is an Amvyaya which has the meaning of Shobhana. It's very, very common. Like Suhasaha, Subhashaha, Sudinam, so Sujanaha. So all is a very, very common use. So Su is an Amvyaya which can take the meaning of Shobhana. So he's making it clear for that. So when you do the Alaukika Vigraha, you just do Su. It's an Avya. So when you have an Avya, you don't do any Vibhakti after that. It's going to take look anyway. Plus Bhratru, right? And then you make the Pratyaya just over there. So look at the Vigraha Vakyam. So if we can look at the Vigraha Vakyam, you can also do the Alaukika Vigraha on your own. Because we have Su plus Bhratru, it says Bhrataraha Yeshamte. So he has already made Bhrataraha as the nominative plural form for you. So he's not going to give you the Alaukika Vigraha, okay? We have to make it on our own. So, but everything is given to you already, so we can do it. And Su has no, even if you make it like this, Su equals, if you do it like that, you can do that also. You can make it Shu equals Shobhana, and then make it the same just, Pratyaya just, and then make it Bhratru, plus just. This will be Vigraha Vakya, and you can confirm that from Malinatha, because he says Shobhanaha. So Shobhanaha, you just make it Shobhana plus just, because the Shobhana is Shobhana plus just, and Bhratara, Bhratru plus just, and Yeshamte. So when you get the Vigraha Vakyam from the Tika, you can put Alaukika Vigraha down here. Shobhana plus Bhratru. Of course, Su equals Shobhana. So far, so good. Bahuvrihi. So far, we only got the form Su Bhratru, what we have. We don't have So Bhratram yet. We only got, so we did all the, of course, the Supo Dhatu Prajapatika Yoho Supluk. So right now, we arrived at this form. So he's taking it step by step for Su Bhratru. Okay, now comes an important point which he makes, which I want you to understand. Is that what does Malinatha, and every sutra Malinatha gives, you should try to understand why he's giving it and what it means, okay? And see, Nadritascha, okay, I can pronounce Nadjiratascha, Nadjiratascha means that this comes in the Samasanta Prakriya. At the end of 5.4, at the end of Tadhita section, comes all the Samasantaha. Also like a Panini joke. He puts the Samasanta at the end of Tadhita anta. At the end of Tadhita, he puts Samasanta. In that, the last about 10 sutras are the Kap Pratyaya. So that's where it ends the Suadi. When they start from 412, start Suau just. They end in this Kap Pratyaya. They end in this 5.4, they end. The Kap Pratyaya is a common Pratyaya in Bahuvrihis. It comes this Ka, basically it's Ka, Kap is only the Ka only remains. The Halantyam, the Pa goes. So there are certain rules over there which say when do you put the Kap Pratyaya. Let's go there for a section. And we can follow what Malinatha is saying, okay? Now you need some grammar to understand what these people are saying. Nyadjiratascha, 54153, iti kap na bhavati. Kasmad na bhavati. Vandite bhratu iti nishedhat. So he's telling you why the Kap Pratyaya has not come here. Why did not become Subhratruka? Right? Why did not become like that? So why not become raj? So for example, if you had a samasa samatrika, you can do that maybe. So you can do someone who is there with his mother. Samatrikaha ayam balakaha. So he is there with his mother. If you could do that over there, then why not over here? Subhratrika. So that is what he is going to tell us, that there is a issue there. Let's go to 5.4. Okay. So one more again to refresh your memory is end of 5.4 starts samasantaha. That samasantaha. See this 5.4.68 samasantaha. They go to end of 5.4. Within that, about the last, I think, 10 sutras, roughly 10, okay? They are the cup. So it ends in 5.4.160. So 5.4, yeah, last 10, barabar, last 10. So urap prabhritibhyah cup. This corrects urap prabhritibhyah cup. So that's what it gives the cup pratyaya. Now there is a sutra which says nadya-ritascha. So any nadi shabda, like if you heard the word nadi itself, like devi, etc. All the words ending in short ru, ritascha, short ru, rudantascha. So tebhya kap pratyaya bhavati nityam. This is nitya karyam. This one nitya karyam. So ura prabhritibhya kap inastriyam nadya-ritascha. The next one is vibhasha. In fact, the most important sutra is 5.4.154. Sheshad vibhasha. Is any other bahuvrihi which is not in this 51, 52, 53 text, vibhasha kap. So you can use it all the time. We say saputraha, pita. You can say saputrakaha also you can say. So you can use the cup all the time. Anasuyaha, anasuyakaha you can say. So this cup can be used against any bahuvrihi optionally. Sheshad vibhasha. But for these 51, 2, 3 nityam, so if we have a nadi, use triyakya nadi, or if we have a short ru ending, it is nitya karyam. Then we have that. We have the word bhratru over here. It is ru karanta, so we should take the cup nityam. But that is why Malinatha says no. Because vandite bhratu iti nishedhat. So this is nishedha is coming below that, and that's specifically for this word bhratru. And with something which says vandite, means something like, the brother which is a good brother, the brother which is a revered brother, which is something which is a good adjective for brother, okay? Means is worth respecting. In that meaning, you will not do the kap pratyaya. So that one is coming, is right one. 5.4.157. Vandite bhratuho. Iti nishedhat. Let's go to our Ashtadhyayi for a section. 5.4.157. See what it is. In fact, Kashika gives this example. 5.4.157. Vandite bhratuho. It says, Vandite arthe yo bhratru shabdaha. Should be a brother who is respected, okay? Vandite means like saluted. Means he is a brother who is respected, or tadantad bahuvrehe kap pratyo na bhavati. Kap doesn't come. Vanditaha equals stutaha equals pujitaha iti uchyate. Means he is like praiseworthy, praise, or he is worshipped, So shobhano bhrata asya subhrata. Didn't make the cup. He didn't become subhratrikaha. Vandite iti kim? Murkha bhatrikaha. One whose brother is foolish. Mukha bhatrikaha. So then the cup will come here. Dushta bhatrikaha. One whose brother is kind of evil. So they will get the cup. So this special word, basically this sutra is specific for that specific word, subhratru, will not take, actually shouldn't say just the only word, any word which is respect meaning. So pujita bhatra, subhrata, so all these words will not take. So that's what Malinatha is saying. Kap pratyaya should have come, did not come. That's the step number 1. Then he goes on. Tesham bhava saubhratram tasya bhavaha. So one more thing. In the Tadita Prakaranam, which is a Maharanyam. So this Aranyam of Tadita, which is a great forest of more than 1,000 sutras. There's more than 1,000 sutras. Now, the good thing about that is that they come in specific meanings. In the Tika, in the Bhashyam, they will not tell you sutra number this. Just like in the Samasas, you have to know the formulas that they use, like Yesham Te, tasya, this, that. So we know what is the Vigraha Vakyam of Avibhava Samasa look like. What is the Vigraha Vakyam of Bahuvrihi. And then you fit those formulas with the tika. In Tadhitas, you have to know the arthas. So the sutra comes, tasya bhavaha tvatalau. Says, tesham bhavaha. He will not give you, he will not tell you it is Tadhita. He will not tell you that it is, in this sutra number, but he does tell you tesham bhavaha. Not only that, when you look at Apti dictionary, there also he will give bhavarthe, tasya bhavaha. So if you know that bhava, then you can hone in on, then you just go and find in that section of Tadhitas where this meaning is coming. Now this is a very famous one which we know. At the end of 5.1 comes tasya bhavaha. So this is an easy one. Sometimes he might give apatyarthe. Sometimes he might give matuparthya pratyaha. So he might give different meanings he might give, Tadasyasti, he'll give different vakyam. So that's the trick to Tadhitas, okay. Get to know these meanings, tasya bhavaha. Go there for a section is 5.1 is, see, this is almost like, Molinas is sitting as teaching us, He's right here in the form of his tika. So we have to understand what the teacher is trying to say and try to keep up with him as much as we can. So the 5.1, it's like tasya bhavaha tvatalau. It's a little bit earlier, later, tasya bhavaha tvatalau. I think it is end of 5.1. Let's see, here it is. 5.1.119. Tasya bhavas tvatalau. Now so what are the two pratyas? I mean, tva and ta, like guru tvam, guru ta. Mudhattam, mudhata, right? Laguttam, laguta. We don't have that. We don't have subhratruttam, subhratrata. So then the next step he gives. So basically he got you in this section now. By saying tesham bhavaha, he's telling you that I'm now in this section. This 5.1.119 to end of 5.1, which is not that many sutras actually. Only, how many do we have? We have about 18 sutras here. So he's telling you, come open this page, come to 119 to 136. So that's the first thing he says, tesham bhavaha. This almost like saying, open this page, And then he's saying, yavaditvat an. Yavaditvat an. So there must be some anvidhayaka sutram in this section. I mean, there might be a yavadi gana in there. Okay, let's go to that for a section, for a minute, I should say. Where is that now? See, Gunad, Brahmana, Dibhya, Dibhyo, Shaina, we need the pratyaya an to be coming here. An. Here it is. Hayananta Yuvadibhya. I'm sorry. Is there a typo there in this commentary? Okay, there might be a typo in the commentary. Just double check from my other book. Should be Yuvadibhya. Because it says Yuvadibhya. See, Yavad is a different gana, Yuvad is a different gana. I think there's a typo in this book. So let me check. He says Yuvaditvat. Okay, so it's typo. Yeah, this book is good, but it has some typos. I'm sorry about that. I like the book because it gives the gives the bold, but it has typos. So is it Yuvadi? So this is a typo, please. Yavadi gana does come also, by the way. The Yavadi Gana does come elsewhere. So this typo is understandable because the Yavadi Gana, if I'm not mistaken, it comes in the 8th Adhyaya, comes the Yavadi Gana. Yavadi. Here you go. Here it is. Mad upadhayascha matorvo ayavadibhyaha. The Yavadi Gana is in the Matub section. The Matub becomes Vatup, but not for the Yavadi word. So Yavadi comes in 8.2. It's a very sneaky typo in this book. Please correct. It should be Yuvadibhyaha. So Yuvadibhyaha comes over here in the 5.1. So what does it say? It says that the Hayananta, so with the word ending in Hayana, which you don't have, but Yuvadibhyo an. So the Yuvadi Gana, if you have, you can get this pratyaya an in tasya bhavaha. So we need three things, right? When you get pratyaya, you need what is the pratyaya, in what meaning is it coming, and after what prakriti can take it. The pratyaya is an, It comes in the tasya bhava arthe and yuvadibhyo vidhiyate. In the yuvadi gana, it can take this pratyaya. So these are the in this case the prajipadikam which can take the pratyaya. Pratyaya is an, artha is bhave. When you add the an, of course when you do the, you can have to do the nitvat, you can do the taditeshu acham adehe, adi vriddhi becomes sau, and then just do the yan sandhi. Sau bhratram. So sau bhratram. So far we got sau bhratram. Sau bhratra. So when you added the an, you do the taditeshu acham adehe, becomes sau bhratram. So that's how he explained the form. So first we found the bahuvrihi between su and bhratra. Shobhanarthe su. Then the kap pratyaya did not come because of that vandite bhatri. So that did not come. It should have come by nadjiratascha. Nadjiratascha should have come, did not come. And then finally we made the tasya bhava tadita becomes sau bhratram. So that's what we have. So all explained to you clearly. So this you may not all understand, okay? You may not understand all this, but what you understand this, I think this first part is easy. Shobhanaha, snigdaha, bhratara, yesham, subhratara. This should be quite a bahuvri compound. This you can skip. Nadjiratascha and this vandite bhratu, you may not understand that. It's okay. Then the tesham bhavaha. That's what you should be able to get. Tesham bhavaha. You can get that from, and then yuvadi gana with the typo. That you can also, if you don't understand, it's okay. Okay. And then tasmin samane. Tulya api. Samana equals tulye. Chaturunam tulya api. So it was equal for all of them, all four of them. Among all four of them, it was in equal measure. It's not like one was more, one was less. Then yatha ubho rama lakshmano pritya, no commentary means the very simple words, no commentary. It's also one more trick you can use, by the way. You can just read this text where there is no commentary. You can do the reverse and just take all the simple words out. See, api has no commentary. Yatha has no commentary. Ubho has no commentary. Rama Lakshmano, no commentary. Pritya, no commentary. Dvandvam is going to have a commentary below. Babhuvatuhu, no commentary. Tathar Bharata Shatrughnau. And then he repeats that for you. Pritya Dvandvam equals Dvau Dvau Saha Charayena Abhivaktau. This is the commentary on Dvandvam. Dvau Dvau means two. Sahacharyena abhivyaktau. Now we'll come to this in a second. Why is this word will come in? Sahacharyena, because of association, of company. See, sahacharaha is a friend, one who goes with you. Sahacharaha. Sahachari will become your wife also. So one who goes with you and everything. So there's the same thing again. Tasya bhava, sahacharyam. So you got from that you got like you have saundaryam, so that you have sahacharyam. Sahacharyasya bhavaha sahacharyam. So means because of association. So sahachara is an associate. Sahacharaha is an associate. Sahacharyam is it's a very common word. Very get used to it. If they use it in Vyakaranam also use this word. Because sahacharyat. But even in a sutram Panini may give 5, 6, 7 terms. And one of the terms may have two different meanings. But look at the other terms in the same sutram. That is sahacharyam. They will say this meaning is not possible for this word in the sutra because sahacharyat of somebody else. One sutra might have all dhatus in that. So because of this is sahacharyat, this other word cannot be in a pratipadikam because it's dhatus everywhere else. So sahaj means association. Sahacharyat, very common term. Get used to it. So sahacharyena is by association. Abhivyaktau means they express themselves by association. Abhivyakti is a technical term used by Panini in this sutram. Dvandvan, rahasya, maryada, vachana, vyutkramana, yajna patra, prayoga abhivyaktishu. One more time. Dvandvam, rahasya, maryada, vachana, vyutkramana, yajna patra, prayoga abhivyaktishu. This is a nipatanam. This dvandva is a word given as is. It is given as a ready-made word. Actually, it is dvi plus dvi. But the prior dvi becomes dvan, the e becomes and the following dvi becomes dva. When you get dvandvam, and you get this singular form, not dual, you get a singular form, neuter form, you get dvandvam. This entire thing is nipatanat. This dvandva is used in all these meanings, all very strange meanings. Rahasya means secret. Like, Dvandvam means Dvandvam mantrayate means he's in secret. Two people, do something in Rahasyam. Maryada Vachan is a strange meaning. That, only up to this one. The Dvandvam means the copulation. So we leave it for time being. It doesn't affect us here. Vitkramana. Vitkramana means like they form two parties, they split up, like Veda. They form two different groups. They split. Coming to split. Vitkramana. Yajna patra. And you keep this in the yajna, these patras have to go with each other. So you keep like two patras, which also is beyond our scope right now. Then yajna patra prayoga. In abhivyaktishu. Abhivyakti is this says sahacharyena. How did Malinatha get these words? Is you go to Kashika for a second, or if you get to if you use 8.1.15, and the time is almost up, so we're almost done. This word Dvandva. Dvandvatitaha comes in Gita. Now that is not even in these meanings. So Panini gave all these meanings, and the word which we know from Gita is not in this meaning. So let's finish that. It says, Yoga Vibhaga Kartavyaha. You have to do Yoga Vibhaga over here. This word Dvandva can be used also in additional meanings. Dvandvam can mean Yuddham also. It can mean a battle. It means like a duel, contest. Or it says Dvandvani Sahate Dhiraha. Dvandvaha. Charthe Dvandvaha. So because Dvandvani Sahate means the pairs of opposites. Shitoshnadi Sahate. So this Dvandva, Tita and Gita is from this sutram. You do the Yoga Vibhaga, use Dvandva with the extra meaning of the Dvandva means, Paraspara Viruddha Bhava. So this we take the Shitoshna Sukha Dukkhadi. Anyway, for us, what CFC says, Abhivyaktau is Dvavapi Abhivyaktau Sahacharyena ityartaha. So this is how Malinatha got Sahacharyena. So he expects you to know that in this sutram the Tika says Sahacharyena. He will use those exact same words in the commentary. If you open Siddhanta Kaumudi, if you open Kashika, you will find those same words. He will not use any other words. So this has become like a trademark meaning for this word Dvandva. It basically means they go together through association. They express themselves through association. Means they're a couple. In short, this means a couple. Okay, a simple meaning is that. But Panini gave all these strange meanings, but the last one he gave Abhivyakta. That is the association. The couple or a pair. They formed pairs. So they formed a pair. So they became a pair. So if you look at the shloka again, we'll wrap this up now. Is that just as Rama and Lakshmana became a pair, so also Bharata Shatrughna became a pair. And he says, and then he gives a comment on that. The last one he gives a comment on that. So kvachit kasyachit sneho natirichyate iti bhavaha. Atirichyate comes in Gita, right? Maranadatirichyate. Very, very nice Subhashitam Gita. Sambhavitasya cha kirti, for one who has been honored. Dishonor is worse than death. Sambhavisasya cha kirti maranadatirichyate. Atirich means it excels. It becomes more. So kasyachit sneha na. So it says kasyachit sneha natirichyate na kuchit achirichyate. Means nobody's love among the four brothers exceeds anybody else's. So nobody's love is exceeded ever. That's what he means. So he means that's what he's saying is that they were equally loving to each other. That's his gist of the whole sloka. So kvachit kasyachit sneha natirichyate iti bhavaha. Let's look at the translation and wrap this up because I know time is up. So let's go to the translation. It says, although is api. Although api. Although. There is understood. Fraternal regard is saubhratre. Sati saptami. Was equal. Samane, you can supply sati means, this whole thing is in the past tense, so was equal. Yet, the same api. As though through affection is the pritya, affection. This as though, I don't know exactly where the as though is found. It might be, because there's no eva in anybody here. So that's, he supplied himself, okay. As though. Through affection is the, no, there's no as though, I'm sorry. As through affection, I take it back. Sorry. Through affection, that's Tritiya. Tritiya is through affection, okay. Rama Lakshmana. Word drawn together is a dvandam babhuvatuhu. Were drawn together. Even so is tatha. So yet and tatha is the yet and the even so. That even so, yatha tatha. Even so, yatha tatha. Were Bharata and Shatrugna is Bharata Shatrugna. So we got these two together. Okay. Let me end the class because time is up. Anybody wants to ask questions, I will stay behind for a few minutes. So next time I'll continue with this one next time. Okay. So Ramo Raja Manis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje. Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Shamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramascha Dasosmyaham. Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara. Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Sahasranama Dattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Sri Rama Nama Varanana Ondameti. Thank you. So when the recording is okay?
I just stopped it.
Okay. So
It
about
should